Look at me like I'm different. Still you stay cause you feel something real. Get so lost in my moment.
Hey guys, welcome back. So here we are with a new video. As I told you guys in the intro, this was our first day back from vacation, so I wanted to tackle unpacking the suitcases, cleaning up the house, all the things kind of that we made a mess from just coming back for one day. And in the intro I told you guys that Capri wasn't feeling too good, but it seemed like she was totally fine the next day. Well, she may have been fine, but then after 24 hours, we all got hit with the horrible stomach bug. We were all sick. Unfortunately, Mila's 5th birthday was not a success. I felt so bad, major mom guilt. She had the stomach virus. I had the stomach virus, and then right now as I'm filming this a day later, Mike actually is hit with it right now, so he had to come back home from work early. So just trying to get through while everyone's down napping and filming this little voiceover for you guys. So as I mentioned, I'm going through our 2 larger suitcases. We have everything kind of sorted in different piles, so I had to put some things back, such as like the girls' floaties and things like that in our garage, shoes being put back away, and then getting laundry started.
I fell in love with your colors. They kind of tell me what I'm thinking. I fell in love with the way we are and the way we lose it. There's something different about us, and the reason why we stay. We fly around like paper planes, they never know.
Lucky for me, since I packed my stuff and the girls' stuff all in packing cubes, it was also easier to unpack because a lot of the items, what I did was I just had one packing cube for all of the clothes that I didn't end up using that were still clean, and then the other packing cube, as you can see here, I'm just unloading because these were dirty clothes that I know exactly what was needed to place right back into the wash. So I was washing colored clothes, and then anything that was white, I was doing a separate pile, just placing it there on the floor so I can get that load started on next.
Nobody can see us, still they wanna tear us apart. There's something different about the way we are.
And I'm curious to know, are you mamas overpackers? I definitely brought items, as you can see there, just a bunch of onesies. It was super hot and humid, so we actually didn't need to put onesies on the girls or undershirts underneath their outfits. And then you saw I packed actually lots of diapers. That was definitely a thing. I just felt like it's better to have more than less, but if I ever go back, I'm definitely going to make sure that we actually just kind of buy diapers there at a local supermarket. It's just easier instead of having to fill up all of our luggage with the extra space that it's taking up. So once that was all in and I have all the colors filled up for one full cycle, I'm going to be adding just some Unstoppables and then adding some fresh detergent into the dispenser and hitting start to get that load started.
Pouring cup after cup after cup. Yeah, it's just the way we do it. Anything just to block out the real.
After the 2 larger suitcases were unpacked, I was just finishing up unpacking the carry-on suitcase, putting those away, and then I like to store our carry-on inside one of the larger suitcases. It just makes it easier for when Mike then puts it inside our shed. It's not taking up a lot of space in there. And then I'm consolidating all the diapers into this one bag because I'm going to start going upstairs and putting things away. So I first started off with Capri's items. I feel like this could be kind of repetitive, so I only showed you guys putting away all the items in Capri's nursery, but I did the exact same process for me and Mike's items as well as Mila's items. Just as you can see here, restocking these bins that I keep in Capri's nursery closet for all the diapers that we just basically had extra of that I'll be using during this week to have replenished, and then putting away any excess wipes, clothing like I mentioned that were still clean that she didn't really get dirty or use. And then I already had a separate pile for both the girls. I do their laundry together, so any of their dirty clothes were getting washed.
Yeah, we're loving the way they think we're so messed up. if what we're doing is bad. There's so many emotions, sharing stories that we never had. Yeah, none is real. I think we're searching for reasons not to be like them. We fly around like paper planes. They never know where we will fall. Nobody can see us, still they wanna tear us apart. There's something different about the way we are.
Next, I was just sorting through Mila's clothes because hers was the next to bring on upstairs, and then swim diapers, all the floaties and stuff like that actually go in our pool shed, so I brought that to the backyard over there. And then the load at this point was already washed, so it was ready to be placed in the dryer. So all that I did was I put items that of course can be dried into the dryer, and then items that needed to be air dried, such as a bunch of like Mike shirts, I just placed those above the like butcher block that we have above our washer dryer. This way I can go ahead and hang those to dry.
There's something different about us. There's something different about us. There's something different about the way we are.
While I got that first load drying, I felt it would be more time saving and efficient if I went ahead and grabbed all the dirty clothes of the girls. I used different detergent for them for sensitive skin because they both suffer from eczema. Capri's is a lot more severe than Mila's, so I just like to use a different detergent. Then for me and Mike, we just used like a Tide detergent. And then after that was done and that was washing and the first load was drying, I was going to use the spare time after that to go ahead and, like I said, hang all of Mike's shirts that needed to go ahead and air dry right on this little hanger. We actually bought this on Amazon if you saw us do our DIY laundry room makeover, and it has been such a lifesaver. Absolutely love having it in here instead of having all the clothes kind of hanging in our dining room chairs like I used to. And then after I have both those going, I'm then moving my way out of the laundry room and into the kitchen. So we had a lot of dishes that I had to go ahead and get a load going. This way it can be all ready for dinner time, have all the dishes nice and clean. So I begin loading the top rack and then I'll work my way down to the lower.
There's something different about us. There's something different about us. There's something different about the way we are. There's something different about the way we are.
After the dishwasher has begun washing, I'm going to head and just take my Dawn Power Wash. This is what I use for daily cleaning of my sink. Kind of give that a good scrubbing with the sponge, and then I'll take out the whole drainer and get it all cleaned out for any like food or debris that happens to be caught inside of there.
I pull into your driveway, it's a Saturday night. You look like $1,000,000 wearing that dress I like. You're smiling, but there's something missing in your eyes. Girl, I can tell that you have something on your mind, but I will make you forget all.
And then from the night before, I did have some dishes that I just kind of like hand washed. So I wanted to go ahead and make sure now that those were fully dry to go ahead and just put them back in its place. So things placed back in the utensil holders, go ahead and put the items back in like our beverage drawers, the pots, the pans, anything like that that just needed to go back where it was. And then I'll begin clearing off the countertop space with the rest of the items that needed to be put away. A couple of like the coloring books and paints that Mila was already playing with this morning, I had to get stored away. And then since the dishwasher was already going, I did have, Mila was kind of playing with some like water toys in there. I just went ahead with some soap and water, rinse it out and place it on the drying rack. And then I'm taking my Method granite cleaner to clean the surface.
There's no tomorrow. Let's have a drink, just relax, all your problems will fade. If you're ready for a good time, count on me. There's a party in the backyard, dance your problems away. I'm all about the good vibes, I know you're all about the good vibes. Do you know how much I love you, wanna see you smile? Where's that happy girl that I know with a heart on fire? I'll do anything to make it fine, but I can tell that you have something on your mind right now. But I will make you forget all your sorrows. Let go.
Working my way on my back counter, same thing, getting rid of any clutter and things that don't belong, putting them back in their rightful place, and then spraying that same method cleaner on all of the quartz countertops that I have back here with my microfiber cloth, giving that a good cleaning. And then Mike during lunchtime actually did go to the farmer's market, so I had a couple of like fresh fruits and potatoes and things like that that I had to put away for the week of meal prepping.
Let's have a drink, just relax, all your problems will fade. If you're ready for a good time, count on me. There's a party in the backyard, dance your problems away. I'm all about the good vibes, I know you're all about the good vibes.
After the kitchen was all cleaned up, at that point the first load of laundry was already fully dry, so I wanted to go ahead and get started in folding that because I knew I had the load that was still in the washer, and then I wanted to get a load of whites going. This way all of the after vacation laundry would be fully done. I'm so glad I did everything before I left for vacation because it just made it so much easier when unpacking. I wasn't overwhelmed with vacation laundry plus regular leftover laundry. Everything was all set, so I had a total of 3 loads to do when I came back. The girls' clothes, our colored clothes, and then lastly I'm doing a load of whites.
The good vibes, we are all about the good times. Dance until it feels alright. All night, we're all about the good vibes. All about the good vibes. I will make you forget all your sorrows. Let go like there's no tomorrow.
So once washing, drying, folding, unpacking, cleaning up the kitchen was done, the last area I had to focus on was actually our breakfast nook over here. So just putting away backpacks and such that we had, same thing from the flight. Mike carries a backpack, I carry one, Mila has one. So just making sure that everyone has everything that they need. I put everything back where it belonged, unpack those backpacks for our next trip so they're ready to go and emptied out. And then I'm just wiping down any dust and such that would be on our centerpiece on our breakfast nook, wiping down the whole breakfast nook area as well. This now completes today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed watching. Be sure to give it a big thumbs up if you enjoyed. Definitely consider hitting that subscribe button if you're new here, and I will talk to you guys all in my next one. Bye. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to be tackling my entire first floor together, getting a lot of cleaning motivation in for you guys, putting away clutter, deep cleaning the bathrooms, lots to do in just one day. So we're going to go ahead and dive right into it. If you guys are new here, my name is Karissa. I do different videos for home organization and cleaning, of course. So if you like that kind of content, definitely consider hitting that subscribe button. I would love to have you on part of my channel. And let's go ahead and get right into it. We are first starting off today's video with tidying up the living room. Ever since I gave birth to Capri, I always like to have a little basket under our coffee table. If you guys live in a 2-story home, it's a total lifesaver. I never had to deal with this with Mila because we were in apartment living back then. But now with a little one, I definitely am going up and down the stairs constantly if I wouldn't have this little basket here. So I like to have just essentials that I use on a daily basis, such as diapers, wipes, diaper cream, extra bows, anything like that that I feel that I may have to reach for. And then always like an extra little outfit in there for her. It definitely definitely helped saving me with going multiple times up and down the staircase. And then I'm just rearranging, moving the pillows. We all know with kids, they kind of have like toys and clothing and different things kind of hidden behind the pillows and such. So I'm removing all of those items, and then I'm moving my way onto my coffee table. That's it. This is the last time you guys are going to be seeing this mirrored coffee table tray, because I went ahead and sold it. I'm not going to be using it anymore. It was just a lot of maintenance, honestly, getting Capri's fingerprints all over it. And you already know that I'm adding like wood details as well as gold details within my living room, such as the areas that I have the same in my kitchen as well. So I kind of want them to coordinate together. And then I'm just taking my wood spray and spraying it all down.
You're not really looking for a friend, so at the top for me. Never thought that loving would be easy, but it's all for free. Won't cost a thing, so it's yours worth a try. Oh, this is the real thing. I'm down if you're down, boy. Get next to me, get next to me.
Then I moved my way onto our breakfast nook area. We just had some packages coming from Amazon, actually, because Mila's birthday was just 2 days before this, so that's obviously why I wanted to tackle the first floor. And the following day I did the second floor. With everything going on and all the things I had to get done, I did not, of course, be able to clean the house all in one day, so I just split it up into 2 different days. So I'm putting away all of the packages, unboxing those, and I'm keeping it like in these 2 larger bags. I had a large Party City bag, and then I had a large Home Goods bag. This way, when it came time that I had to put together, you guys are going to see I did film a get it all done video that'll be going up real soon. Just basically doing the party favors, the table settings, all of that stuff. I could have it in one place, so I make sure that I use everything and don't forget about it.
Get next to you, get next to you. Not asking for much, but it feels like the two of us are golden and gold. You see, we'll do you good, so take a chance on me. It's magical when you are close, so get close to me. We'll do you good, 'cause I am golden, I'm golden.
Once the breakfast nook area was done, then I just wrapped my way around back into the kitchen, and then I was clearing off things that were on the countertop. It wasn't too crazy, you guys. It definitely has seen worse days, and that's just because the night before I kind of tidied things up a bit, so I just had to put away a couple of other items. Mike went to the dentist that morning, so you know that little care bag that they give you with like the toothbrush, toothpaste. I store that away in either like back stock under our sink or dental care. It's always great to have those. I actually use them like if guests come over and they forget their toothbrushes or toothpaste. We always have that on hand, so it's really helpful. And then I'm clearing off the rest of the items, just putting away cleaning products, putting away all of the dishes from the drying rack back where those belong. Any like food, I actually had some lemon water earlier, so put away the other half of that, and then unloading my entire dishwasher.
Get next to me, get next to me. Get next to me, get next to me. Get next to me, get next to me. Get next to you, get next to you. Get next to me, get next to me. Feels like the two of us are golden and gold, you see. We'll do you good, so take a chance on me. It's magical when you are close, so get close to me. We'll do you good, 'cause I am golden, I'm golden. Feels like the two of us are golden and gold, you see. We'll do you good, so take a chance.
Once the counters were cleared on the kitchen island, I then went ahead and made sure, as you saw, that the dishwasher was empty, because it was time to go ahead and reload dishes from the morning and the afternoon time as well. This way I can get that load going, so it'll be all clean come dinner time to reload all of those dirty dishes and then the next morning unload. So I'm just putting everything on the top rack and then my larger items and utensils down in the lower rack.
I pull into your driveway, it's a Saturday night. You look like $1,000,000 wearing that dress I like. You're smiling, but there's something missing in your eyes. Girl, I can tell that you have something on your mind. But I will make you forget all your sorrow.
The rest of my items were hand wash only, so I went ahead, hand washed those inside the sink area, and then I went ahead and clean the sink on out from any food particles and things like that were in there. This way I can go ahead and wipe down any food residue that may be on the actual sink. So spraying some Dawn spray, wiping that all down with my sponge, rinsing it clear, and then we have a nice fresh clean sink, which is always the best feeling, am I right? So then I'm going on to the countertops. I'm going to move the dish drying tray and everything to make sure I dry those surfaces underneath. So we protect our quartz countertops because if you guys know, they actually got kind of ruined from water stains when I used to do drying mats. So I always make sure I like to dry that surface up so there's nothing kind of sitting on there to possibly ruin it. And then I'm going to work my way onto the back counters.
Tomorrow, let's have a drink, just relax, all your problems will fade. If you're ready for a good time, count on me. There's a party in the backyard, dance your problems away. I'm all about the good vibes, I know you're all about the good vibes. Do you know how much I love you, wanna see you smile? Where's that happy girl that I know with a heart on fire? I'll do anything to make it fine, but I can tell that.
Then once there's nothing on the back counter area, once again spraying my Granite Method cleaner. I spritz that all over. And I know there's different scents of this, but my absolute favorite does happen to be the Apple Orchard scent. It's so fresh and clean. And now I'm working my way into my bathroom. And just so you guys know, stay tuned for the end because I know a lot of you like to see the whole process of like the before, how it was messy, and then the transformation of the after, how it's all clean. So I did make sure I included that in today's video. So be sure to catch that at the very end to see the whole after of a fresh, clean home.
Right now, but I will make you forget all your sorrows. Let go like there's no tomorrow. Let's have a drink, just relax, all your problems will fade. If you're ready for a good time, count on me. There's a party in the backyard, dance your problems away. I'm all about the good vibes.
Anytime I'm doing toilets or using any type of antibacterial spray, don't forget guys, you have to let that sit for a minimum of like 5 to 10 minutes to make sure it actually kills the germs and the bacteria that it's supposed to. We had the stomach flu, so I really wanted to get down. This was probably the third time cleaning the toilet since then, but just repetition with that antibacterial spray. And I'm doing my mirror as well as all of the counters and faucets and sink while I let that sit for a full 10 minutes before going in and deep cleaning the toilet.
We are all about the good vibes. We are all about the good times. Dancing till it feels alright. All night, we're all about the good vibes. All about the good vibes. I will make you forget all your sorrows. Let go like there's no tomorrow.
Now after the vanity area was done, it was time to go into the toilet. So I had the Comet sitting in there, like I said, for 10 minutes, as well as the antibacterial spray. So I'm just taking my scrubbing brush and going on in and getting all of the interior first. That's kind of how I like to work my way when cleaning my toilets, from inside out to make sure everything is the freshest and all of that. And I just use paper towels because same thing for sanitary purposes. I use microfiber cloths just on like countertops and such, but anytime you're going in like toilets or sinks, I just personally like to use some paper towels and then I just toss them right in the trash.
Problems will fade. If you're ready for a good time, count on me. There's a party in the backyard, dance your problems away. I'm all about the good vibes. I know you're all about the good vibes. Let's have a drink, just relax, all your problems will fade. If you're ready for a good time, count on me.
After I'm done cleaning the exterior and the base of the toilet, I just kind of put everything back that I have on there. I always keep like a candle and some matches in case anyone happens to, let's say, be over and use the restroom, or even my husband. We can just kind of light a little candle and help with any type of like aroma. I also have poopery so that you could spray inside your toilet before you go. That also really helps. And then I'm just moving on to my shower glass doors that I'm going to be giving a cleaning. This, like I said, we don't use the shower really. I want to say we use it probably just a couple of times a year, and that's primarily in the summer when our pool is open. We'll reach for this for bathroom, but The shower doesn't really get used down here, mainly upstairs, but I do like to every here and there go ahead and clean at least the shower doors because it does get fingerprints from Little Miss Capri.
Dance your problems away. I'm all about the good vibes. I know you're all about the good vibes. We are all about the good vibes. We are all about the good times. Dance until it feels alright. All night. We're all about the good vibes. All about the good vibes.
Right off of my bathroom is actually then our dining room. So as you can see, when I'm cleaning any type of level, like the entire level, I kind of have like a method, a particular section of the house that I'll start off with. For the purpose of filming and stuff like that, I kind of switch it up. But when you're doing this, you either want to focus, I want to say, on one corner of your house and then kind of work your way around, or on the opposite side. So as you guys saw for today, I started off in my living room. Sometimes I'll start off in the dining room because that's the last room on the other side of the house. So now I'm just going into my dining room and I'm going to be clearing everything off of the surfaces using the wood cleaner on the credenza, the dining table, and then it's going to be time to give everything a good vacuum. You guys, the struggle of vacuuming with a cordless vacuum is real, okay? I have gotten so used to using my cordless, but if you guys don't know, it actually totally stopped working on me. I'm in the process of trying to get a new one because the corded vacuum life is just not for me. They definitely work, I would say, like really great with the suction and stuff like that, but it just gets so much in the way. And then with Capri crawling around, it's just a lot.
You said it was the last time, but you keep coming back to tell me sorry that you take back all the things you said just to hurt me. Our love just went cold, but I'm still burning. Our love just went cold. Why? I keep on making the same mistake. I always let you back in when I begin to get my.
So just as I started off with cleaning with the first area of the house, the way that it works when I vacuum and mop and everything, I'll then start that off on the last room that I started. So because the dining room was last for today, I went ahead and that's where you saw I first started vacuuming, and then I worked my way into the bathrooms, the hallway, breakfast nook, living room, kitchen, all of that stuff.
Everything's the same. I tried to build my walls up, but you're taking them down. It's tearing me apart. I can't pretend. Now I have to get over you again. You said it was the last time, but you keep coming back to show me sorry you have changed now, but it's the same old story.
And then after I finished vacuuming all of the first floor, I did use my Bona Mop with my Bona wood cleaner for hard floor surfaces. These are real hardwood floors, so that's kind of what I always use kind of to protect my flooring. But my camera died. I didn't even realize. So unfortunately, those clips aren't in this video, but do know right after I vacuumed, I did go in and also mop the entire house. And here is the after for you guys, for you to see what everything looks like, totally completed and finished in a nice, fresh, clean home. If you guys enjoyed watching, definitely give it a big thumbs up. Consider hitting that subscribe button so you don't miss out on my next video coming out this Thursday. And I will talk to you all in my next one. Diving right on in, we are starting off with Mila's bedroom. I'm going to share with you guys the whole before of everything, and then at the very end you can see the full after, what everything looked like cleaned. A little PSA in today's voiceover, I will be telling you guys that Capri woke me up at 6:30 a.m. So she is here, thriving, nice and loud. You may be hearing her in a few of these clips, but that is real life, mom life. So I hope you'll enjoy and I hope you'll stay, and that this gives you lots and lots of cleaning motivation.
'Cause it will ricochet, I won't let it bite. I will look at you and tell you that I'm alright. Like a ricochet, it will come back to you. Let me tell you, not because my eyes trying to hurt me, my skin's getting thicker each day.
So I actually had to take off all of her entire bedding and the duvet and everything because I wanted to go ahead and clean it off from us being sick and stuff like that. I've probably cleaned this duvet about 3 times during the stomach flu. So this is the final time that I just wanted to give it, one last good cleaning so it could be ready and set now that we're all better. So I removed all of that and then I went ahead and placed it on. If you guys have any tips on how to, put in a duvet cover once it is all cleaned, because it was quite the challenge. And then later on I am actually taking my little hand steamer and I did steam this afterwards. This way it looked nice and neat and got rid of any of the wrinkles, because I do let this duvet air dry so it tends to get a little wrinkly.
Knowing that your words are hurtful, it's just not right. No, because my eyes are open, your words will keep bouncing away like a ricochet, like a ricochet, like a ricochet, like a ricochet.
Then she just likes to have a couple of her little stuffed toys over on the bedside chair for when she goes to bed and snuggles with. And then I'm working my way onto her little kids vanity, cleaning that off. She loves playing with makeup. So this, yes, say hi, Capri. Here's little Miss Capri. And yeah, I'm just clearing it off of all the makeup that she loves having on there. After I'm done with the vanity, I worked my way onto her bedside table. So I went ahead, sprayed some cleaner on there, gave that a good wipe down. This thing gets dusty, you guys, so I definitely have to clean this on a weekly basis. I don't know why, but I guess because it's mirrored and stuff, it definitely attracts a lot of dust. And then I placed back her lamp diffuser that I also dust as well. And then she actually had, you guys know, her birthday party last week. So just sorting through a couple of gifts that she had and stuff like that to go ahead and wash, put away, things like that.
All the things you said, you try to turn me into somebody else, but it will ricochet, I won't let it bite.
And then for Mila's dresser, you guys, it was just a disaster. She loves, as you know, changing multiple times a day, and she doesn't really do a good job at putting things back the right way. So we went ahead and we were like, you know what, let's just declutter and reorganize. So we emptied the entire drawer out, and then we got sorting a pile for her shorts, for her pants, leggings, jeans, basically different categories that we could have things. And all 3 of us got to it, and we were just organizing away and getting things back the way they belong.
Alright, like a ricochet, it will come back to you. Let me tell you, no, because my eyes are open, your words will keep bouncing away. And even if you're trying to
Capri, of course, most times she destroys things, but she was attempting to help, attempting to put on some of her sister's clothes, and then went right back in the drawer and just showing you guys kind of how we had it. Like I said, 3 different categories, kind of keeps everything a little more organized and easier for her to know depending on the weather that day, whether she's going to reach in her pants pile, shorts pile, what have you. And then we're going to be working our way on top of the dresser, which a lot of things pile up on there as well from her. And I'm putting away some PJs that she had. She has 2 different robes, so I had to go ahead, hang those and put those back in the closet. And then anything that was dirty on this top of the dresser, I just went ahead and put into her hamper.
fall asleep at night, knowing that your words are hurtful, it's just not right. No, because my eyes are open, your words will keep bouncing away like a ricochet, like a ricochet, like a ricochet, like a ricochet.
After I use my glass cleaner for that glass mirror right above her dresser, I go ahead and take some multi-purpose spray and just wiping off all of the surfaces of her dresser as well as the knobs and the front surfaces as well. This way we don't forget about that. And then I'm going to be working my way over by her armoire. But before I did that, I actually did have a pile of clothing that I did laundry that I had to still put away. So I put away those couple of pieces from her hamper. And then you see this nice pile here that I kind of was collecting while I was cleaning off the dressers and all of that. I just added it back to now her empty, fresh hamper so it can be ready. The next day I went ahead and did a load. I do the girls' loads together. So those definitely pile up pretty quickly around here. And then using my same spray away glass cleaner that I used for the mirror above her dresser, I also use that on the mirrors of the actual armoire because that does get lots of little fingerprints and things like that all over. And then multi-purpose spray just to dust the remaining surfaces of this. After that room, I went ahead and ran into next our bedroom. No rhyme, no reason to how I was doing things. I basically tried just working around like Capri's wake times and things like that. My room, of course, is bigger, so she has more space to kind of crawl around. She's on the opposite side of the room right now while I am, of course, cleaning up this bedroom. So I'm just going ahead and making the bed. I had to place fresh sheets the night before, so I just had to... re-tidy the things up. And for me, anytime whenever I'm starting cleaning off a space, I do usually like to begin with making the bed just because it makes you feel like you've accomplished something. Okay, looks like Capri is just going to take over this voiceover today. But yeah, if you are feeling challenged to start a particular space, like things are just so overwhelming and you don't know where to start, I highly suggest to start in your bedroom and do your bed. Because if you do the bed, it makes a world of a difference and it keeps you a little more motivated to keep on going. Then moving my way onto my dresser, same thing, clothes that just needed to be put away, things that needed to be hung, some folded, some sorted. And then if you guys, well, you haven't watched yet actually, the next video is going to be a home goods haul. So that is why I had a lot of those items right on my dresser because I filmed that in my bedroom and it never made its way back downstairs. So this is where I was just kind of bringing everything back and putting it where it actually belonged. And same thing, once the surface is all cleared off, I'm just taking the multi-purpose spray, spritzing that on down, and then just taking the rag to the entire dresser, including all of the knobs. And then I'm going to work my way towards my nightstand first. So I like to remove all of the books and things like that on the bottom shelf. I'm also looking to basically do some new decor on this dresser, on this nightstand. So I'm going to put some different pampas inside those white vases. I'm going to go ahead and maybe instead of doing coffee table books, put something a little different. If you guys have ideas on things that you've seen and thought looked nice in like this little extra space that I have under here, I would love feedback. And then I'm just dusting everything else on top as well. So any of the clothing that needed to be hung of mine that was on top of the dresser, I usually just pile it up onto the bed, and then once I'm totally done with the dresser and my nightstand, that is when I go in. Then this huge bag of clothes that you just saw me carry out, Mike actually did a closet clear out last week, which I totally should have filmed, but I didn't get around to it because he did it at like 11 o'clock at night, of course. So that whole pile I went ahead and dropped off at donations, gave those away, and then I'm working my way on his dresser, not his nightstand, and clearing that off. Same thing, wiping down all these coffee table books and such. Alright, and as you saw, I had one very full laundry basket that needed to get washing, so I brought that downstairs, and in just a bit I'm going to head down and get that load started. But now working our way on top of the ironing board, aka Mike's second dresser. If you hear Capri, this is her latest thing. She does little monster sounds. So folding all of his clothes and just subcategorizing whatever's clean, whatever's dirty, tossing in the hamper, and then tops and bottoms separated. And then I was over having multiple hampers, as you see, with clean clothes in my bedroom. I always put Mike's clothing like in his own type of hamper with his things so that he can put it away himself. But as you can see, it looks like he didn't get around to it. So I went ahead and consolidated the two hampers into one, which hopefully when he got home, that was the goal, to have him put it away. I'm here to report that only half of those items have been put away. So here I'm just moving the clothing that I said needed to be washed into a smaller load so I can do a total of 2 loads on this particular day. Once I was done with getting that load started on washing, I ran back upstairs to do Capri's room. Same thing. She was up from her nap. We had to take advantage of running up there and getting as much as I could in her nursery before it was time for her to go down for her next nap. So I'm just restocking wipes, diapers, putting away clothing on top of her changing pad, and all of that stuff.
I've been holding on, I wouldn't let you go. 'Cause every time I try, you find a loophole. I've been slamming the door and just leave you cold. When I come back, you've heated up the South Pole. You see my body.
Then once everything was wiped down, I went ahead and put everything back in its place. This way we are ready to continue diaper changes and changing and all of that good stuff now that everything's restocked and cleaned off on top of her dresser. And then I'm going to go ahead and work my way onto the other side where we have like her rocker and things like that. I just had a pile here of clothes that I actually went ahead and I just kind of save a couple of pieces like that are special to me and things like that of the girls. So I had to put that down in the basement in that storage, which that'll be in another video because I really have to go through. I just been mixing like Capri and Mila stuff in the bins, but I really want to sort through to decide. I felt like I kept a lot more items of Mila's that I probably didn't need to, and just sort through some same thing, pieces that mean things to me or that are in really good condition if I happen to have another baby girl. Then I'm going into Capri's closet, and I have this little like bassinet that I used when she was little that it's just honestly been filling up with things that don't belong. So sorting everything out and putting things back in their place. Then I just removed everything from the bedside table, and then I'm just wiping it all down, removing same thing, dust, things like that. This is just where I would always nurse Capri. We are down, you guys, to just 1 feed a day in the morning time. So the nursing sessions, I'm thinking maybe we just have like 4 more weeks and then that'll be it. We'll have completed, yeah, by that point it'll be 14 months of nursing her. So we definitely did it and we made it. But now it's time to, close that chapter. So now I'm going to go ahead and move some things around where I have this little table, this chair, which was actually my grandma's. So I keep that on here, and then I'm going to go ahead, put on some fresh bed sheets that I just washed, put on the cushions on the chair and everything like that.
I am going mad just like you knew I would. You're reading me like an open book. You know me better than I ever thought you could. You see my body rush for the escape, while my heart wants to stay. I run away, hit the road and almost late, but I keep turning back just like a boomerang. You're like a backseat ghost.
And then this rug, you guys know it's pretty thin. I have this little rubberized thing at the bottom to like protect it from sliding, but it does sometimes bunch up, so I'd always like to kind of like fix that up so it's good again. And then we are working our way onto the last room on the second floor, which is our upstairs bathroom, the shower and everything like that. So I first was clearing everything out of the tub area so I could spritz it down and let that soak while I was cleaning the vanity portion. So putting away the curling wand, putting away anything on top of the surfaces that didn't belong there, and then removing everything in total so that I can give the surfaces as well as the sink a good clean.
My head is spinning on my shoulders, so what's the use of trying, baby? All the ways they lead to you, you're like a magnet pulling me in.
After I'm done with the mirror, I also was spraying any other mirrored pieces that I have, such as this tray that I like to keep like a little candle, cotton balls, of course, the hand soap and things like that. And then I'll wipe those down as well because they do collect, a little bit of dust. And then I'm going to work my way with spraying some countertop cleaner as well as cleaning off all the faucets. Once that was finished, I went ahead and took my Scrub Daddy because it was time to get going on the tub and tile cleaner that already had sat for about 15 minutes, so it was perfect timing to get on in there. I love using the Scrub Daddy, you guys know, on my tubs and things like that. It just makes it a lot easier with cleaning because I don't have to put so much effort. If you let that cleaner soak in for a good amount of time and then use something with slight abrasive such as the Scrub Daddy, it just makes it really easy to get on in there and get everything cleaned on out. Next up, I'm just taking this little like Clorox pole that I use for cleaning any of the tiles along the walls. It was just a pain when I was doing it. Same thing, I used to do it by hand with the Scrub Daddy, but this wand has made such a difference and make things so much easier, so you're not kind of stretching and bending all over the place, especially at the very top of the tile in the shower where it's really hard to reach. And just so you guys know, you can see the tiles getting darker. That's not because it's dirty. That's just like the color of my grout is a very light gray, and anytime it gets wet, it does darken, which makes it look dirty. But as soon as it's dry, then it goes back to normal and it's all fresh and clean. Removed all the lime scale, anything like that on there. And then I go ahead and just take a microfiber cloth and give everything a good wipe down while I have the anti-bac actually soaking, as you saw in the toilet bowl. I spritz that in. While that's waiting and working its magic, I just go ahead and wipe that down to make sure I don't leave like puddles of water in the tub and things like that. And then after that, I'll go into my toilet bowl and I just use a paper towel, wiping the entire inside, outside. I'll also put some scrubbing bubbles inside the actual interior of the toilet so I can get that deep cleaned. And then I took a cloth as well and I just wiped down all of the bathroom floor with just some warm soapy water. And this is now the after, you guys, showing you what everything looks like, all clean and tidied. What a big difference. It feels amazing. Am I right? When your house is clean. If you guys enjoyed today's video, be sure to give it a big thumbs up. Definitely consider hitting that subscribe button if you're new here. I would love to have you, and I will talk to you all in my next one. Bye. Diving right into the kitchen first. When I do this Friday reset, I do not start in any particular order. It's pretty much whatever is there, ready to go and begin. So I'm still in my PJs, keeping it real, you guys. Most of the times when I do this, I would say 99% of the times, if I am doing a Friday reset and just getting right to it, tackling the house, I'm going to still be in my pajamas, quickest way possible, and getting everything first unloaded out of the dishwasher so I can have space to put the dirty ones in the sink inside of here.
I don't want to be trapped in a box, trying to be like the rest when I'm not. I just want to go my own way, gonna let the past burn down, cause honestly don't wanna be stuck in boring conversations with you. I'm gonna leave it all behind, find myself, I'm gonna start over.
After the dishwasher has been fully unloaded, it is time to roll up my sleeves and get to putting any dirty dishes that are dishwasher cleaner safe. To go ahead, fill those in. I of course start with the top rack, so cups, bowls, the girls' dishes and things like that I like to keep on the top shelf, and anything that may require or possibly get damaged from any high heat, I'll keep that towards the top. And then for the lower rack, I'll put my larger plates and all of my utensils and such.
Yeah, I'm on my way now. I'm on my way now. I'm on my way now. I'm on my way now.
And it wouldn't be a Friday cleanup if it didn't involve some coffee making. I always feel like a cup of coffee gets me nice and motivated to tackle all my to-dos and cleaning that I need to get started. So I just made myself a smaller cup, a little cappuccino for this morning. I didn't want to have too much coffee. And then it was actually time to descale my Nespresso. The little light had been blinking for, I want to say, like 4 weeks. It was time to go ahead and deep clean that. So I buy my descaler actually on Amazon. It comes comes like a multi-pack, and it just works really great, and it's much cheaper than the actual Nespresso brand. So I just fill that up. You do about half of the bottle. The bottle is about 8 ounces, so 4 ounces of the cleaner, and then add your water all the way to the max line, and you'll begin filtering. You can watch lots of different videos depending on your particular machine. It'll tell you exactly how to descale.
Shouldn't be so complicated. If I listen to my heart, I'm gonna leave it all behind. Find myself, I'm gonna.
After I put away dry dishes that actually I had hand washed the night before, I went ahead and decided to give this a good deep cleaning. This tray rack, as you can see, although you're putting clean dishes on there to dry, in your mind you would think this is already clean, but it's the same as like your dishwashers and things like that. All those areas do also need to be deep cleaned and not forgotten about as well. So I just like to take a sponge, put some warm soapy water, give that a good scrub down, and then I just go ahead and dry it on up with a microfiber cloth so it can get ready to prepare. But before I add it back, I do like to clean underneath the surface of where that is as well, because sometimes there can be buildup or water that can possibly damage my countertops. And then I'm going in and just hand washing the remaining of dishes that are hand wash only.
Yeah, I'm on my way now. 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 I'm on my way now.
Once the dishes are all done, it is time to clean out my sink. I use my Barkeeper's Friend. I want to say about every 3 weeks around there, I like to go ahead and use that in my sink, because this is a fireclay sink, but it tends to leave like temporary like marks and stains, but it is scratch proof, stain proof. I absolutely love it. You guys know I always rave about this. In a future home, this is a definite must have. I want the same one once again, because I've just been obsessed with it for almost two years now. So I just take my sponge there, I let that sit for about 5 minutes, and then I go on in, and without really honestly not much scrubbing, it comes right off.
I don't want to be trapped in a box. I just want to go my own way. 'Cause I am on my way. I am on my
Then it was time to say goodbye to that old sponge. I had been using it for a bit, so it was time to just toss it in the trash and place a fresh one. And while I'm doing that, I also went ahead and placed the rack that holds all of my dish soaps into the dishwasher so I could get that cleaned, and then wipe down everything underneath and all the remaining surfaces on the kitchen island. And for my faucet in my kitchen, honestly, that same microfiber cloth that I use with the granite cleaner for my surfaces, that's already damp and has a little product still on it. So I'll just leave whatever's left over on there to clean the faucet area, and it gets removing any marks or anything like that on there. For these particular faucets, it really depends on the type of surface that you have, because this little trick does not really work that well in my bathroom faucets. For these, it works great. And then, you know, I always like to light a candle or get my diffuser going. So for today, I just put like a raspberry scent inside my diffuser and had that kind of getting a nice aroma in the kitchen while I continued cleaning the remaining of the surfaces.
Wanna shake the ground, wanna break away, let loose. I'm tired of waiting.
Now I'm working my way into my living room, giving that a tidy up. Mike actually had been working from home, so he had a couple of his work things out with his backpack and things like that. So I just went ahead, put that back in its place so we could clear it off, remove everything from the coffee table so I can spritz my wood cleaner on there. I'm obsessed with the smell. I could spritz it everywhere all day, every day, but it just smells so nice. It's called almond, but to me it doesn't smell anything like almonds, just pure deliciousness. And then I'm removing any items, you know, the girls, they love throwing clothes all over the place, slippers, all of that doesn't belong, and putting things either in the hamper, laundry room, or placing them back in their room if they were clean, and restocking the little diaper wipe basket to keep underneath my coffee table, and then putting away any remaining items.
Now they shout to me and you to write our story, wanna shape the new. Do you wanna come along with me? Come along with me. Do you wanna? And we ain't got nothing, gotta do something, get it right.
Then just, you know, finishing up fluffing up the pillows on the large couch. Then I move on to the smaller one, putting things back over there. And then I'll just, same thing, fluff up those as well so it can be nice and just look a little bit neater versus pillows and things being thrown all over from the kids. And then that little stand that I have there, that's where we put like our mail and keys. I just tidied that up just a bit as well.
And tomorrow's far away. Should I let the party fade? And we ain't got nothing, gotta do something. Let us on tonight.
Once the fireplace was all done, then I worked my way into the bathroom because this is, of course, the bathroom that my guests use. So definitely number one priority in getting that all cleaned up. This bottle of Comet is never ending. I'm telling you guys, I've been trying to get rid of it. And then while that sits, I'm using my Sapadilla countertop cleaner. They have such amazing scents in this. Their hand soap, that's I believe like a grapefruit scent, smells so amazing. So I'm removing all the products that are on top of there, spraying this all over my surfaces, and then giving it a good wipe down with the microfiber cloth.
Got a restless mind, and now I won't let go. So let us be crazy before we are cold. You can take us out, your doubts won't hold us down, 'cause we're gonna light up the sky where we go. Oh, oh. Do you wanna come along with me? Come along with me. Do you wanna?
Then I put everything back where it belongs, and it is time to go on in and tackle the toilet at this point. I'll just take my scrubbing brush, get all deep in there to make sure there are no marks, lime scale, any of that inside of our toilet, and that it can smell, of course, as fresh and clean as possible. If you can see that blue fluid, it's just basically a tablet that you put in your toilet so it can always kind of cycle through every time you flush. It's kind of a light blue color at this point because I am definitely due to place a fresh one in there, but it works really great because it allows it to kind of give it a fresher smell and just let you allow your toilet to remain cleaner for longer through uses. And would any tidy up be complete without having to do at least one load of laundry, right? So I feel like the laundry is just never ending in my life. So I always like to make sure I get a load in, dried, folded. So this one I actually put in right before in the morning time to wash, dry, and now I just had to fold it and put away. So this is actually a pile of the girls' laundry, if you can tell there. So I'm just separating like pajamas, their pants, their shirts in different categories, and then I will refill the laundry basket with their items in there so I can bring up and put back in both of their rooms.
I'm gonna let my hair down. I'm gonna take something, get it right. Gonna keep on running, grab the fun and live it life. And we ain't got nothing, gotta do something, get it right. Gonna keep on running, grab the fun and live it life.
So there we go. The laundry basket is now fully folded, dried, washed, ready to go and be put away. And now you see those little toes there, little Capri. She was having a snack, and I was going to go ahead and get started on vacuuming now the entire first floor now that everything was tidied up and cleaned on up there. So I'm just taking this cordless vacuum. I actually just grabbed at Target because if you know my cordless, I told you guys it stopped working. So just kind of testing this one out to see if I like it. If not, it might go back. I just honestly had Mike go and pick one up. So I didn't even do the purchasing or any research or anything. But it's Shark, which is a brand that we do have of our corded vacuum. So we'll see. I'll update you guys if I like it or if, I try something else out or get a replacement of the one of ours that broke. But I'm just going to be doing the carpets and, of course, all the wood floors.
I'm gonna take control. We're gonna make a big sound. We're gonna break the mold. Baby, ain't got nothing, gotta do something, get it right. Gonna keep on running, grab the fun and live it life. And we ain't got nothing, gotta do something, get it right. Gonna keep on running, grab the fun and live it life. And tomorrow's far away. Should I let the party fade? And we ain't got nothing, gotta do something. Let it snow tonight.
Once I am done vacuuming all of the areas on our first floor, so dining room, bathroom, kitchen, living room, all of that good stuff, I am now going in with my Bona Mop. This is just so convenient and easy. And what I actually do, because same thing, I'm just obsessed with the Squirt and Mop scent, that almond scent, the same one that I use to clean our countertops. They have one for surfaces, that's the spray bottle that you guys see me use, and then they have this one that's a Squirt and Mop. It's the same exact scent, almond, but it's for your floors, and it's good for hardwood, it's safe, and it just smells so good. So I'll just place a fresh pad on the bottom of my Bona Mop, and then I'll just kind of squirt this around in the areas that I'm going to be mopping. This is great to just kind of, quickly get through. We don't wear shoes inside our house, so using this works great. This now completes today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed, got lots of cleaning motivation. Thumbs it up if you enjoyed watching, and I will talk to you in my next one. Bye. So first we're going to be starting off with, of course, the before shot, what we're working with before getting started. And let me tell you, this closet definitely needed some major work. So this is going to be a huge transformation of what we're going to be doing before and after. So the whole before, I'm first going to start off actually with my vanity that I had in our other house. It worked great because in that house I had like my own beauty room, but in this one I just kind of tried to fit it as best as I could into my walk-in closet, but unfortunately it's just way too big, so I feel like it's taking away a lot of useful space. So I'm going ahead and purging any items that I don't use, looking through expired makeup to toss in the trash, anything like that to make sure I consolidate, because for the new vanity we're just going to have one drawer within the whole Ikea pack system. So that's really all I use, honestly, the same makeup on a daily basis. So I really wanted to clutter. And then my hair extensions, I needed to get them back on a hanger and hung up because it's going to help keep them a lot more organized and just last me a lot longer.
Keep on trying to. You give me a sign. Give me a sign. Oh, give me a sign. Baby, give me a sign. Just give me one more. You leave me hanging, begging for more. Think that I'm addicted to this, can't resist to be a little risky and go.
Then as you can see, a lot of the clothing that I have up top gets in the way of actually like utilizing the top of the vanity. So I wanted to kind of just push back things and make a little more room so I can really get down and clear off the entire top portion of this vanity. I actually sold it, so I wanted to get it in great condition, so empty everything out from the drawers, from the top itself, as well as giving it a good wipe down using anti-bac and all of that to get it good as new.
I'm so exposed when you're keeping me wondering. You know I'd do anything to be in your arms again. So give me a sign. Give me a sign. Oh, give me a sign. Baby, give me a sign. Just give me one more talking to you, and here we go again. Staying up all night to see if you've been texting me. Where do we go from here?
So after I finally got rid of all of the things on the top area, that was either 3 different piles. One was a toss pile, one was a donate pile, and then just kind of keep to basically reorganize once my new vanity space is all set. I went ahead, like I mentioned, sprayed the anti-bac. I let that sit for about 10 minutes and gave it a good wipe down. You guys can see all of the makeup and things like that was on the surface. So I went ahead and then removed this little mirror that I kind of use when I do my makeup on there, and removing the whole top area to get it out of the closet. So I have a little more space when working within the drawers. So I'm just going to be showing you guys emptying out a couple of them because it took me quite a bit of time doing every single one, but I just repeated the same process of separating the 3 different piles, spraying clean, using some makeup remover to remove any type of markings and things like that from the inside as well as outside of these drawers, which are actually also from Ikea.
So give me a sign. I could go for this, no more tricks. We could take things slow. Say you think about it too. When the lights go out and there's no doubt that I should be with, that I should be. We've been on and off again and again. I don't know which way we're going, no control. You push me, then you pull me back in. We've been on and off again and again. I don't know which way we're going, no control. You push me, then you pull me back in.
And then a lot of the time when I would do my makeup, of course, I would have it on my fingertips and would get along the outside of the drawer. So I just used some makeup remover and it took it out so easily and made it good as new. Now I'm going to be going in with all of the clothes, you guys. This was also a very lengthy process. So I just wanted to empty out all of them, lay them all on my bed, and basically sort through each of the areas on what I'm going to be keeping and donating. Some of the items I was able to sell because they were in good condition still, and then anything else I just went ahead, placed in garbage bags, and donated to our local church.
So give me a sign. Give me a sign. Oh, baby, just give me a sign. Baby, give me a sign. Just give me one more talking to you, and here we go again. Staying up all night to see if you've been texting me. Where do we go from here?
Then this back section here, I kind of had to move things on the floor. You guys are going to see in just a bit. Not only was the top messy, but below was just basically hoarding a bunch of items that had to go. So back here, I just kind of keep like dresses, jackets, things that I don't use that frequently. That's why I was able to store it all the way back here, because it was very hard to get to with all the other items that I had in here. And then once I had all the piles, you guys can see here, of all of my clothes laid out on the bed, I was then going to go through each of the sections and pile through. So I opened up a garbage bag. Like I said, I filled up a couple of these, and then I was just sorting through of things that if it does not spark joy, if I did not wear it at least once that particular year, then it was time to go ahead and just get rid of it. I do tend to kind of hold on items for like the what if moments, and I'm just like, you know what, it is time to purge and get rid of all of the things that are no longer used.
Just give me one more talking to you, and here we go again. Staying up all night to see if you've been texting me. Where do we go from here? I wanna go all in. So give me a sign. Yeah.
while I was also going through the different piles on what I was going to be keeping for myself, donating, or selling, I also went ahead and sorted through the hangers. You can see here some of the items I'm taking off of the hangers, but I am not totally putting them in a different bag, and that is because when organizing, you want to make sure that you have all like hangers. That's going to help with everything look more organized and clean.
Nobody told me to settle down. Day nights and late nights don't kid around, but there's something about you, something about you.
So as you can see here, the black hangers that I used to have is basically the like color scheme and things I had in our old closet. So I went ahead and actually donated these all to my sister because she was in need of hangers. And then I'm just keeping all of my hangers that are the soft pink with gold handles and the white with gold handles. This way it can be all in unison once all of it is filled back up into the new closet system that we're going to go ahead and build. So you see there, I already got through 2 of the piles. Now I had 2 more to sort through, and a lot of the items here that I'm just folding and seeing are like from my bridal shower, Mila's baptism, my bachelorette party. So you guys, things that I've had for years that I just was holding on to either for sentimental value or thinking that maybe I would wear it another day. But I was just like, you know what, in go mode and ready to see this closet transform into the full potential that I knew it had. So getting rid of as much as I possibly could, it just felt so great. And then I also had a lot of items were actually maternity that I'm just going to be saving away for my next pregnancy.
You're crazy for saying I should slow down, but maybe I'm escaping the love we found. There's something about you I like, about you I like. I get too drunk and too scared and lie to you. If only you knew I would die for you. One of us gotta say the obvious. Nobody loves me better. Nobody loves me better. Nobody loves me better.
So we're starting to make some progress. Here I have 3 bags full of donations. This I'm giving all away. Capri's up from her nap. And then different sections throughout my room, I'm basically like subcategorizing. So here is like dresses and rompers. Here are one pieces, like lounge sets. Here are my sweatshirts, my long sleeves, cardigans, like all that. And all of these hangers, I'm going to either donate to my sister if she doesn't want them, to just donate them to the church. And then right here is all I have left to sort through. Like I said, all these various piles. We are going to be doing a draw within the closet system, so that is where I'm going to keep like these like nicer type of pants. And this is what the closet is looking like now with all of the clothing out of it there. So I just wanted to give you guys basically an overview of where we were at this point. And as you can see the floor there, embarrassing, I know, but there's just so much extra stuff in there that had to go. I literally could barely even walk into this closet to get anything in the back of it. So I just wanted to make all the space through, remove everything out of it, and same as I did before, decide what I was going to keep or donate.
Too drunk and too scared and lie to you. If only you knew I would die for you. One of us gotta say the obvious.
Once I was done with all of the racks of the hanging clothes, the makeup, everything that was below on the floor, I now just had to finish off removing the items that were on the top shelf area. So this is where I kind of just kept like my pocketbooks. I also had different bins that did not match at all for like a couple of like seasonal pants, seasonal tops. So in part 2, you will see I'm actually still looking for some bins that I want to match to go on the whole top shelf of the new closet system. system so it can all match. And same thing, seasonal items I don't like to kind of have hanging in there taking up space. And now it was time to remove all of the wired shelves. Goodbye. I was so excited to see these go. So Mike is just unscrewing all of the hardware and things like that and removing it so we can start fresh. And then he patched up any of the holes that it left, and I went back in and just gave everything a good vacuum because there was lots of debris after he removed everything. So another not so fun part was, of course, building the Ikea pack system. If you guys have ever done this before, with money saving also comes the beauty of spending a lot of time. So you just have to keep that in mind. If you're looking to save versus doing like some custom closets, this is just a great option to do it yourself, but it is going to take you a lot of time. So teamwork makes the dream work. We have Mila there helping us out. You guys always know she loves helping us with any of our house projects. So me, Mike, we were tackling as much as we could while Capri was napping. And I honestly feel like because Mila has been around helping us with so many of our projects, at this point, she is a licensed pro, okay? She knows how to work the hammer and get things going and truly a help. Then little Miss Capri had actually woken up from her nap, and she has to be part of the team too, okay? It's a family affair in all of the DIY projects we do around this house. So Mike and I just continued on doing the remainder of each closet. It was basically just a repetitive process because the sections that we bought were pretty much exactly the same, except just varied slightly in size.
Jump into the car on a Friday night, I wanna drive with you. Looking for a bar in the nearest town, I've never seen a sky so blue. We don't have a plan and the night is young, it doesn't matter what we do. There ain't nobody like you. Look so beautiful, and I'm so lucky to be yours. And you're taking me
And just so you guys know, this was not a one-day project. We basically had to take lots of breaks because, of course, we have little ones that each of us have to take care of. So between the girls, eating, breaks, all of that, it did take us a couple of days to do this, and it was driving me crazy because if you can see, my bedroom was a total disaster with everything in the closet, out into my bedroom, on the bed, the dressers, just everywhere. So I was really excited to kind of just get this done as quick as we could, but it was a labor of love for sure. So we're just putting the next section in. So I did a corner section I ordered from Ikea, as well as a 29.5, a 39.5, and then a second 29.5, which I'm going to be using as like my little vanity area. Alright you guys, this is it for part one of today's video because Mike headed over to Home Depot. He's going to be picking up the wooden rods that I want to put in to hang. I ordered the hardware and I am going to be checking right now at Ikea if the drawers are back in stock because they weren't before, but I want to put one here, another one on this side, and then I want to do like a couple going down here. So stay tuned for part two. Once all of that stuff comes in, we can put it together, finish it up, and share me organizing it all and the full closet transformation reveal. I will talk to you guys in my next one. Bye. So we are starting off today's video with a before of what we're working with in all of the kitchen cabinets. So you can see we're going to be focusing, as I mentioned, on the entire kitchen island. So all these front cabinets that I just have a mix of storage. And then I also had a couple of items in these back cabinets that I needed to remove and kind of switch things out. So the first area is this front cabinet here. You guys know it's kind of a couple of toys left over, coffee to fuel the day because we know organizing takes tons of time. But I just had some some of the girls' toys like kind of left over down in this. This was the cabinet before we had a playroom that I had really organized and a bunch of different bins and labeled with all of the girls' toys that they played with most frequently. So now I just have a couple of these items to kind of bring on down to the basement playroom, and the remaining ones I'm going through and I'm donating some of them.
Keep on driving and driving along the roads and never end. Lost my head over my back between the jars and bottle jack. Just me and all the red lights. Keep on driving and driving.
After I finished sorting through each of like the little buckets and bins and all of the toys to see what was going to be kept, donated, or thrown in the trash, I went in and just took my multi-purpose spray, sprayed that all in the back portion and all of the shelving, of course, to remove any dirt or dust that's on there with my microfiber cloth. This way we could have a nice clean canvas for the remaining of the organizing that we were going to do. And then I also sprayed it, you guys know, white cabinets, so of course I wanted to give them a good like deep cleaning of the exterior of the cabinets and as well as the interior doors. You can see there I had like Mila got maybe some like nail polish or something. I saw that on there, blue polish, things like that I just wanted to make sure I had removed.
In the heat from a hot California, I forgot how you looked like in rain. That's why I never thought it would matter if I'm gone by now. All my weakness keep on linger.
Then I went ahead in these other cabinets and took some items because I kind of had an idea of some pieces that I no longer wanted to keep in my back cabinets and I wanted to move to this area. So Mike's kind of reaching up there for me, helping me out too. So a lot of our things that we use like for guests to serve like chips and dips, salads and stuff, it's so hard for me to get way up there in those cabinets. So I felt this would be much easier access to store in here. So anytime I needed that, I would. And then our crock pot, we don't really use it all that often anymore. I will admit when I first got it, totally obsessed. But it just is another thing for me to remember to like start cooking in the morning, and you guys already know it takes very long time since it's a slow cooker. So I thought having it here would just be better so I can really utilize other things in those back cabinets that are closer to the stove and all of that.
Keep on driving and driving along the roads and never end. Lost my head over my back between the jars and bottle jack. Just me and all the red lights. Keep on driving and driving.
And as you saw, I was just playing around with different items to make sure it opened and closed properly. Once I was happy with where everything was, I went ahead and put it back in its place, closed the doors, everything fit perfectly. And now moving on to the next cabinet, which is beside that, which this I kind of was keeping as like decor, like smaller decor pieces, mainly like for decorating my coffee bar for the different seasons. But it was quite a mess, so I wanted to sort through on some things. A couple of the things I figured I don't really like anymore and I just wanted to transition out. I also had like storage little pouches here that I used when I was freezing breast milk, which I'm no longer doing anymore. So just kind of getting everything away that I no longer use and then cleaning out and reorganizing things that I do. So in reorganizing, I was just basically putting kind of like items together, so you can see like wreath, floral things there, the mugs, trays, and then here in this pile to the right, I did like all of my little signs. So I have like larger ones that I DIY and then smaller ones there to kind of put, and I think it was so much better because I can actually see where everything was. So when I'm decorating my coffee bar for different times, I can see pieces that I want to add or want to change out, or what I may need to pick up more when I go shopping for this fall and Christmas season. So then I'm doing the exact same like I did in the other cabinet, going in as I deep cleaned interior and exterior. You guys, Capri, how cute is she? You're gonna see her do little cameos here because since these are front lower cabinets, I had to have the camera low beside me on the tripod, and she was just so in love with it and wanted to be within everything in the video. Also, if I ever retire from this YouTube career, here you go, she will take over my channel. She's doing quite a good job. If you follow me on Instagram, she's so cute. She's lately been helping me even with laundry, putting the clothes from the washer into the dryer. So it's the challenge that mom life. So get the things done while you can, even if they're in the way, and trying as best as they can. So on here, as you can see, I'm just finishing up. This is where we keep back stock of our beverages. So I'm just refilling there, reorganizing any of the smaller gaps. Of course, we had to replenish of waters and things like that. So this is going to have some extra space for any time we need to add that on there. Just very easy access to store things back in the fridge when it comes time. And then once I did the interior exterior of these cabinets here, I just wanted to show you guys kind of what they ended up looking like. Very happy with that. And now we're moving on to the opposite side of the island. So first and foremost, I actually have 2 junk drawers, excuse Capri in the back, 2 junk drawers. So I wanted to get started on this one. There's no need for 2 of them, okay? So I'm organizing this one, and a lot of it had like receipts, batteries, things like that. So I'm actually going to turn this into a towel, as well as like my oven mitts, and keep a little bit of items like pens and such. But I'm going to split it in 2, and then the rest of the items, a lot of them can just go down in our basement now that we have like a little desk office space there, so it's not needed to be in the kitchen anymore.
I don't need a hit to believe that I'm living. You can lock me up if my tongue keeps slipping. I'ma keep spitting up rhymes I'm digging, and you can be my fame. Don't need a fast car to imagine I'm tripping. You can light it up, girl, I ain't the guy judging. And baby, that's on me, I don't need a boost. This is every part of me and everything I do.
And then I wanted to show you here, this was the second junk drawer, so I'm kind of sorting through already some of the items that I had in mind that I wanted to keep in this area. So things that should always be in there that we have easy access are like some pens, our checks, stamps, things like that. But anything else remaining definitely can go down in the desk, have that organized for everything in the office area.
I will take you to a place downtown, but if you don't like all the bling you see, I'll show you my little smoother side. And when we are out cruising, you don't need my hand to hold. I kinda like what we do.
Then the next space was underneath our microwave. This is also on our kitchen island, and this I like to keep like paper plates, napkins, extra bags, of course fire extinguisher. There's like an easy place to access. So I removed everything out of there. I gave it a good wipe down and then reorganized it.
For business, I can be your gun, baby, you'll be the trigger. Let's put up a show that we'll never forget. Yeah, baby, there's no shame. We'll take it as far as we want to, so listen. Stop at any place that is better than prison. Put it all on me, I don't need the booze. This is every part of me and everything I do. If it's the money
Also, this is a great thing to have in your drawer. As you can see, it actually saves a tremendous amount of space, and I get to have all of those extra bags in there. And then now underneath the actual sink, I have this, of course, which you guys have seen me organize before, so it just needed like a quick little tidy up and wipe down. It was already organized in previous videos, so that, of course, was one area that I didn't need to like really go deep down and deep clean. And then I am doing the exterior of these cabinets as well. So while I'm doing all the kitchen organization, that is when I'm taking advantage of also deep cleaning the cabinets.
I will take you to a place downtown, but if you don't like all the bling you see, I'll show you my little smoother side. And when we are out cruising, you don't need my hand to hold. I kinda like what we're doing.
Then the final area on my kitchen island was the garbage disposal. You guys, this is where I keep our recycles as well as our regular garbage, so it gets pretty messy pretty quickly in here. So because there were a lot of like larger pieces in there, I of course wasn't just going to just pick it right up with the microfiber cloth. I first took the smaller attachment on this cordless vacuum. I went on in there so it can pick up the larger pieces of dirt and mess, and then I'll go in with some anti-bac, spray that in, let that sit for a bit, and then I'll go ahead and give it a good wipe down from inside out before I put back the trash cans inside of there.
Me and you and our bodies. Hurry up and let's not waste no time. Cause I don't need a hit to believe that I'm living. You can lock me up if my tongue keeps slipping. I'ma keep spitting up rhymes I'm digging, and you could be my fan.
After the cabinets in the island were totally finished, completed, cleaned, organized, I then worked my way towards starting on the right side of the cabinetry on the back wall. So starting off very first side, right beside my fridge, I'll do a couple of these cabinets. And that picture, you guys, I just love of my girls. So precious. So I just put that back on the fridge. And this drawer is really for like a coffee bar station that we have here, but it got really disorganized. Mila was just kind of putting artwork and papers in there, and everything was just a mishmash. So I wanted to just kind of revamp it, refresh it to make sure it's much more functional and the way it's supposed to be once again. So I'm just refilling some of my Nespresso pods, adding a couple of different ones in there, and then I'll be sorting through my straws, which I have glass straws, which is of course like what me and Mike would use, and then I also bought some like reusable straws for the tumblers and ones that are silicone for the girls as well. Thankfully, this bottom cabinet, when I did it last year, it has been so functional and great. So I didn't need to do any reorganizing there. I just wanted to show you guys. I just basically have dividers for baking sheets, cutting boards, like extra pots and things like that in there. And it works out perfectly. So I left that as is. You will see as you do anything, anytime you organize, especially the very first time, things don't exactly stay the way you have it. You really have to see like what works for you and your family, and you may end up changing things. So that's exactly what I was doing here, refilling all of my K-pods, because you could see in those upper cabinets I just had the extra ones there, and then a lot of mishmash going on. So I just wanted to take everything out, clean inside the cabinets, and then some of those mugs I realized I didn't really use anymore, so I kind of did a pile. I think I donated like 3 of them, and I'm happy with the way it is and how many I have at this point in time. And then I'm also sorting through what I think should be on that main shelf, such as like caramel syrups and stuff that I add when I do different types of coffees. Then for the next cabinet right above that, I did the exact same process of emptying everything out and just I kind of laid it on my kitchen counter and seeing what do I really use, what do I need, because a lot of these items I had put back when I previously organized, and it's been a year, and if I haven't used it since then it's definitely something that you can just go ahead and toss in the donate pile. If it was something that I used, that I just went ahead and reorganized it in there. Then for this cabinet to the left, these last two are what I'm going to finish off for today's video and what I ended for part 1 of cleaning, and then I'm going to move on to part 2, as I said, to share with you guys next week. But what I'm doing is just kind of putting everything back in its place, getting rid of things that I don't really use anymore, and then I am saving a gap here. If you guys saw, the crock pot took up a big space of that, but I'm going to put my KitchenAid mixer that I got as a wedding gift 6 years ago and have yet to use it. But that is it for today's video. Thumbs it up if you enjoyed watching, and I'll talk to you guys in my next one. Bye. So finishing off where we left off on part 2 of this whole closet transformation, I'm just cleaning off all of the debris because Mike did add in some shelving and things like that. And as you can see, drawers also got put in. Before, you didn't see that in the last part that we left off. We kind of started building and placing the larger pieces of the Ikea pack system. So we wanted to go ahead, clean it all out, and then I am bringing it back to the hole before. If this is indeed the first video and you didn't get a chance to check out part 1, I will pop it up here on the screen so you guys can watch that as well. But this is what we started out with, and then now we are coming down to the finish, which is this is what it looks like, totally completed. We just had to add hardware at this point, and then of course organize everything, which is what you'll be seeing in today's video.
But I know just what you are. Seems like you're type to be on the floor. You're looking for a kind of queen, the baddest one you've ever seen. You're shining bright as crystal, moving like a twister. Ooh.
And this is a major life-saving hack. Actually, if you guys have the Ikea packs, I'm sure you're not going to put 500 shelves and things like that inside to customize yours. So chances are you're going to have a lot of these holes left over, which don't look the most aesthetic. So you want to go ahead, pop these in. These come out to $2.99 per pack. I wish I would have bought more. I didn't realize. So I'm actually doing an order pickup later today because I need to fill in a lot of the other holes. But for now, this'll do. Now I have a lot of different organizations items, like acrylic clear ones. Some are from the dollar store and some are from Amazon, so whatever is linkable I will have down in the description bar for you guys. And this I actually had in my old vanity system in the Alex drawers, so I just went ahead and used the same ones that I had in different configurations. Of course, I have downsized a lot of my makeup and all of that, and now I feel like I have the perfect amount that fits great inside of here. So as you can see for my vanity area, I'm just basically compartmentalizing different areas on what I use to keep all like items together. So I have blushes, bronzers, highlighters, and all of those smaller square compact areas. And then I also place in concealers. I have a high end, and then I also have low end for just like kind of daily use, like drugstore version. And then of course areas for all of my falsies, love those, and then mascara, brow products, any of the other miscellaneous items that I needed in that space.
You've got me in a kind of dream, the baddest one I've ever seen. All night, all wild, howling at the moon. You've got me in a place unknown, free falling and I'm letting go. You're shining bright as crystal, moving like a twister. Ooh, I'm sweating.
And then I'm just adding this little caddy here to place my brushes as well as palettes. I'm not sure if I'm going to leave it in this space because for me it looks a little too cluttered. And now on to today's DIY project using my Cricut Joy. I will be showing you guys how I created labels for these beautiful woven baskets that I'm going to have at the top of my closet. So for me, the easier the better. So I love the Cricut Joy Smart Labels. This is not needing any type of mat, but you certainly can if you use just standard vinyl. And what I love about this is I don't even need to have access to my laptop. I was doing this right in my closet and I just did it right from my phone. And as you can see here, I popped up on the screen so you guys can see the step-by-step process for you to recreate this as well in your own spaces and organizing your home. It's so simple and easy to use. It tells you exactly when it's time to either insert your blade, insert your writing pen, load your material, anything like that. You will have a guide with you throughout your entire process, making it so simple and easy. So first I'm starting off with a Cricut Joy pen, and I'm going to be using the writing as far as swimsuits, labeling my seasonal tops, seasonal bottoms, and then when it comes time to cut the actual project, it'll tell me to remove the pen and insert my blade at that point, and it'll begin cutting. As you can see there, it tells you exactly what the next step is going to be. You'll complete it and simply hit go, and it will begin cutting your project out. It creates really simple little sticker labels. So this is great when you don't want to have to use transfer tape and you need something that's just going to be quick and easy. So this is what it looks like. And now I'm going to be using these little clip bags so it can go right on top of my bins. Depending on the type of bin that you have, you can do different sizing and such. I also, because I'm not exactly sure how I'm going to be organizing the top of this closet yet, I went ahead and placed it on the little temporary papers. This is a quick little hack for you guys. Instead of placing it directly on the actual bins, go ahead, place it on a little paper, and then insert that paper into your actual clip holder. This way you can change it out anytime your organization needs may vary. I was so impressed and so happy how easy yet beautiful all of these came out. I placed them right into the actual bins, and you guys can see how easy it is to read and how quick it was, now making my life a lot easier. So I don't have to pull down each individual bin to see what's inside. Now I'm going to go ahead and fill them up to organize now that all the labels are completed and placed on each of my bin baskets, and I can begin having an organized, clean closet. As you can see, all of the items are placed within each of the baskets, and just as I complete each one, I was kind of just placing them right above on the top space of the closet. This allows you to have additional storage without losing the room, because the Ikea packs do have different sizing. So depending on the height of your ceilings, you'll have a variety of things. Some go all the way up to the ceiling, but for me, the size proportions did not allow me to go larger. So I stuck with something shorter, and I think it turned out perfect. And now on that side, smaller corner type of shelving. I wanted to have organization items that I utilize quick and easily. So this was another great Amazon find because I can store my hair clips, my scrunchies, as well as my headbands. How many times do you guys lose your headbands? This works out great because I can just kind of grab for it, and when I'm done for the day, I just place it right back. I do have a couple of more headbands currently lost in the pile of my bedroom while we're doing this whole organizing. So once I find those, I will be adding those to this whole system here. And then for the drawers, I had this pull-out one that I wanted for jewelry, things that I access kind of pretty frequently. So I have that little organizer that I placed in there to have all of those items. And then for more like my Ana Luisa higher quality jewelry pieces, I have this jewelry organizer, which actually is felted in the inside, so it prevents it from any like scratching or damage. And it does have a lid also, so dust doesn't tend to get on those things that I don't wear as frequently. And then I'm going to be organizing some of the other areas with my hair products, such as curling wands, irons, and then finally organizing all of my nail polish. Then for the top shelving, I'm not exactly sure if I'm going to be leaving it this way, but for now I just put like a pile of hats as well as pocketbooks that I don't necessarily use constantly. We all know with a 14-month-old, I'm using the diaper bag most frequently, which is my Neverfull. So that works out great. All of my extra ones kind of just can stay on the shelving for now. And then now it is time to fill up and put all of my clothes back into the closet, which felt amazing to clear out my bedroom. So we're going to start off that longer system I left with no shelving, just one rod. So it can be for dresses, cardigans. And then on this other portion, the top, I'm going to start with long sleeves and short sleeves. And then for the bottom shelf, I decided to do tank tops and then all of my lounge sets. I love them. They're easy access. So keeping them all in one place will make it really easy when I need to reach and grab for things. And then here, I was just trying to be a little bit extra and kind of color code, keep everything with like items. But for me, most important, I think if you do long sleeves, short sleeves, tank tops, it'll make it easier when organizing. Of course, little Capri, she had to test out the closet. She loves playing in here now. She goes in there, walks around, opens up the drawers, which isn't that great. And then I'm organizing my hats. You guys, this was another Amazon find that has been a lifesaver. For all of your hats, baseball caps, if you find a hard time finding them, you add this little organizer. I have one in Mike's closet too, and it's been a game changer. And then I was so excited after I organized those areas. Mike came home that night and he was able to install all of the hardware. This I found really affordable on Amazon, and I'll have it linked below. They also have different colors and sizes depending on what you're going to be using it for. So he's placing that on the vanity area as well as the corner shelving area. And the last item that I actually had to add for the vanity was, of course, a mirror so I can get ready. I had a tough time, honestly, narrowing down. First, I wanted something lighted. Then I wanted something a little more classic, maybe rattan. But finally, I purchased this one recently. I did a curbside pickup. Total lifesaver. They loaded it right into my car and I absolutely love it. It matches with my actual Anthropologie mirror in the bedroom, but this isn't Anthropologie, you guys. It is under $80 and it is so beautiful. I think it looks really pretty in here. And then that little rattan stool, I feel like added with the wood dowel detail for all of the clothing, the pops of gold. I really love how everything turned out. I'll share with you guys the full after now, as well as taking taking you in each of the drawers so you can see how I organized everything. I hope you enjoyed watching. Be sure to give it a big thumbs up if you did. Definitely consider hitting that subscribe button so you don't miss out on my future home cleaning and organizing videos, and I will talk to you in my next one. Bye. Off with the before of the bedroom and the bathroom. The bedroom, of course, took me a couple of hours. You guys can see the extreme chaos there. And then the bathroom wasn't too far behind, so I had a lot of clutter and things to put away. I'm decluttering in the bedroom, mainly all these items that, like I said, I took out of my closet that I wasn't planning on keeping in there. So I want to go ahead and I started basically from the left side of the bedroom, and then I worked my way all the way to the right side. So this corner here on the floor, putting away things that don't belong, putting things back either downstairs or things that I want to go ahead and fit inside the closet. After I went ahead and put away those items that were on the left side of the flooring, I went ahead, put away Mike's ironing board and the iron so that can be out of my way because I was just bumping into it like crazy. And then this pile, Mike actually had on top of the ironing board, which you guys know is his usual area. He uses it like a dresser topper. But since he needed to iron his shirt for work, he placed everything on his side of the bed. So I went ahead and I was folding any of his clean items back into different categories. So all the tops that he has in one pile, and then the bottoms in one pile, and then whatever was dirty, of course, placing it on the side so I can toss it into a laundry basket to get a load started later on that day. So sorting through each and every one of his items and then putting it back in his closet. And then hardware, you guys, I'm still in the dilemma. You guys know I purchased this like rattan style hardware, but then I found this beautiful like white marble with a gold base over at HomeGoods the other day, and they were too pretty to pass up. So now I'm totally torn. If you guys could vote down in the comments section below which you like better, the gold and rattan or the white and gold, which kind of goes, you know, with the flow of the room and things like that, that I can kind of transition and it'll be timeless and such. I think I know which one I'm leaning more towards, but I would love to hear your guys' feedback. And then right on top of the dresser, you guys know I had these vases from Target, and they had like pampas and dried florals and such, but I just feel like they were a little too large. I used them for Capri's birthday party for this particular nightstand, so I went ahead, got rid of that current arrangement, and then I went for something just really simplistic. Actually at Primark I found this pampas, and I just kind of fluffed it on out and then added it into the vase. I did 2 bunches and I think it worked out perfect. Then next in the middle of my room is of course our bed. So I went ahead to get started on that. I had to put fresh pillowcases on our larger like king size pillows. That's more for like decorative purposes, but they did get like little stains on them. I'm not sure if either one of the girls like were snacking and then ran into my bed and got it on the pillowcases or whatnot, but I cleaned those up good as new, placed those on, and then I changed my sheets, I want to say just like 2 days ago, so I didn't need to change them once again. I'm just going ahead and rearranging like the bottom sheet, the pillowcases, and then of course making my actual bed. I also get questions where the bedding is from. I'll have it linked down in the description bar for you guys. The pillows, unfortunately, are Home Goods finds, so those I can't link. But the beautiful throw, like this one here, is from Target. It comes in a bunch of different colors. And then, of course, the comfort and pillowcases are also from Target. And now I'm just working my way on the opposite side of the nightstand, which happens to be my nightstand. So I'm just adding that arrangement, like I said, getting rid of what I had in the vase and just changing it out new. Once I wiped down all of the nightstands and such, I went ahead to this next pile on the bottom, now all the way to the right side of the room. And this here actually has like curtains that need to be cut because they're for my bedroom, but if you could see on the opposite side, they're just way too long. We used to have them in our old house where we had like 10-foot ceilings. Here we only have 8-foot ceilings, so I just went ahead, folded those up so I could bring those over to be hemmed. And then this next bin here, I'm just kind of sorting through. This was in my walk-in closet, but of course it's just like different photos and such, so it's memories that I have a different space downstairs now that we have a lot of storage in our basement. I feel like all of that stuff should go down in there. And then just sorting through all of the paired shoes, getting them together and placing those in my closet. And the final pile of clothes was on our dresser, so there was like probably like 4 items of mine. The rest, once again, was all Mike. So I folded that, put that back away in the closet so that he can put those away when he gets home. And then I'm just going ahead and using the glass cleaner to clean away my large mirror. This thing gets so dusty, you guys, it's crazy. So I'm just wiping that all away. My poor little Mila, she fell asleep while I was doing this video and cleaning. So I just kind of let her nap while I was able to then move into the bathroom and finish that up. And I'm going to give this room a big vacuum before I work my way into the bathroom.
Try to find myself again, but Life is one big riddle of the future and what's been. Guess it's the way it goes, and I will never know why you let me go. Look to the left, look to the right, nothing can stop me in the night, like I am leaving all the bad stuff and trying to remain so strong. I know it's good if I'm alone. I got it, I gotta go, running to better times.
Then we're working our way into the bathroom. I had to do it as quick as possible, so I had like a kind of routine going, because the bedroom took me, I want to say honestly, like 3 hours. So I'm taking my tub and tile cleaner from 7th generation, spritzing that on the entire tub and removing everything from inside of there. And then while that is soaking and working its magic, I went onto the vanity, cleared off all the top, everything on top, and put it away, things that don't belong, like putting my toothbrush back in the drawer, back stock of toothpaste, toilet paper, anything like that. And then I'm sprayed the same cleaner inside my sink, but for the vanity top and the faucets, I took my Method antibac. So I sprayed that on, and you guys know anytime using antibacterial, you have to let that sit. So while that was sitting, then I moved my way to the toilet. I used the foaming gel, placed that in the toilet, and then same thing with the Method antibac. I sprayed the toilet from inside out, top to bottom, so I could leave that sitting. And then while that was done, it was time to work my way back into the sink and get started on the vanity.
Remember I was laughing in all the photos that you took, but now it looks like acting, like we were fiction in a book. Guess it's the way it goes, and I will never know why you let me go. Look to the left, look to the right, nothing can stop me in the night, like I am leaving all the bad stuff and trying to remain so strong. I know it's good if I'm alone. I got it, I gotta go, running to better times. Go, from my emotions. I'll go, running.
I also went ahead and made sure I cleaned the outside of the vanity, so all of the door handles and things like that, because that does tend to collect a lot of dust. And then at this point, it was ready to go ahead and move back onto the toilet bowl and get that all cleaned up, because the cleaning had been sitting on for quite a bit of time. So I went ahead, took some paper towels, and I just cleaned all the crevices, wiping it down, and then I'll just take my toilet bowl scrubbing brush and scrub all in the inside.
Nothing can stop me in the night. Look to the left, look to the right. Nothing can stop me in the night, like I am leaving all the bad stuff. Go, running to better times. Go, from my emotions.
Once the toilet bowl was complete, I went ahead, got rid of the trash from the trash can, emptied that on out, removed the rug so I had a little more space also when I'm going to be vacuuming it all up. And then I made sure I worked on the whole base. This is another area that tends to collect a lot of dust. So I went ahead and took my paper towel, wiped that all down top to bottom. And then at this point, the tub and towel cleaner had been on, I want to say, for like 30 minutes. So it was definitely ready to go ahead, take my Scrub Daddy. This has slight abrasive if you guys have used the Scrub Daddy sponges before, and I love it because after having the tub and tile sit for quite some time and then taking a brush like this, it makes it so easy. You don't have to like go on in there and put so much effort, and any type of lime scale or scum just comes right on off. So I'm starting from the inside of the tub and then of course working my way out, and then I'll also move on to the actual areas where I have like my niche for all the soaps. also go ahead and clean all of like the hardware, the handles that are inside the shower as well. And then I'll take just a dry cloth and wipe that all down to not allow like any moisture to kind of just be sitting in that space. And then I'll take my glass cleaner and go on and finish off with the bathroom vanity, get rid of any type of like fingerprints, or it tends to get like little smudge marks because it does get steamy in here, of course, when we're showering. So I'm wiping that all away, same thing, top to bottom. And then the vanity tray that I had, of course, that's mirrored as well. So I went ahead and sprayed the same glass cleaner in that and rinsed off any type of dust that may have been on my cotton holder, my candle, and of course the soap dispenser. Then taking my shark vacuum once again, just like I did in the bedroom and vacuumed everything all up, I go ahead and use it in that bathroom. I love the size of it because it gets in all the crevices, and it also has interchangeable adapter to get in really small, hard to reach spaces. But this is the whole after and what the spaces look like clean and complete. I hope you guys enjoyed watching. Give it a big thumbs up if you do. Definitely consider hitting that subscribe button. I will be having a ultimate kitchen organization part 2 going up on my channel come Tuesday. So I will see you in my next one. Bye.
At the same time, feels so right, then I'm wrong, hoping I'll be fine. But I get up, I always do. I never think.
So the first items actually came a set of these like engraved type wood organizers for all of your different size Ziplocs. So gallons for like the freezer bags, the little quart size, snack size, as well as I believe, yeah, sandwich size. So I went ahead, unboxed, and took everything out to decant and then place inside these organizers.
Never thought I wouldn't jump. Oh, what a fool. But if I fall, I will get up again. I will get up again. Stronger than I ever been. I will get up again. Stronger than I ever been.
Then when I was done with all of those items, it was time to move on to the next thing that I was really excited for, that I actually found out from my friend Miss Liz Hart here on YouTube. She used this in her kitchen and I think it works so great and makes your life so much easier. So I've been using it for about a week now, and it's so convenient when cooking, putting food away and things like that. One side is designated for your aluminum foil and the other side for your cling wrap or parchment paper, whatever you prefer. So it kind of locks in place there, and then you never have to worry about pulling those items outside of the actual drawer, and you just pull it out and go ahead and can use with begin cooking. Now moving on to drawer number 2, which is actually a lot of like miscellaneous snack items that we have in there. You guys can see it was pretty messy, pretty, unclutter filled and things like that. So I went ahead and emptied everything out that didn't belong, and then sorted through. Some of the items were expired, didn't belong in there, got in there, and then I did take my vacuum because this one had a lot of crumbs, so I had to vacuum it up first before wiping it clean, and Capri being my little helper as usual.
Stronger than I ever been. I can see everything clearer. Trying to fly 'cause I'm light as a feather. But I get high, I get low at the same time. Feels so right, then I'm wrong, hoping I'll be fine. But I get up, I always do. I never think.
And then I just played around with different organizers that I actually had in different spaces that I no longer was going to be using throughout the house or the kitchen, and I placed them in there, and I think this system actually fit perfectly. And these little blush pink organizers are right from Target, and they're super affordable. You could configure many different designs based on your particular space. And then I had these little sprinkle holders that I got over either Amazon or Home Goods, I can't recall. I filled those up with, of course, our colored sprinkles, and then one for the chocolate sprinkles for like ice cream and such. And then I filled up any other type of snacks, like we had Cheez-Its at the time, chocolate bars for s'mores, popcorn, all of that stuff. And then in the very front, I put items that we do when we're making, let's say, like fruit acai bowls or such at home, such as granola, the coconut flakes. And then this, you guys, is a game changer. You definitely need it. It actually seals all of your bags without needing any bag clips, and it also unseals them. So it definitely saves you a lot of time and having to look for all those clips that usually go missing. And then moving on to the bottom drawer, I was looking to keep that one for a lot of like my baking needs.
Never thought I wouldn't jump. Oh, what a fool. But if I fall, I will get up again. I will get up again. Stronger than I ever been. I will get up again. Stronger than I ever been. I will get up again. Stronger than I ever been.
Once I was done with all the interior, I then was focusing on cleaning the exterior of the white cabinets. And then over here, beside all of those, I also have a spice rack that you guys can see here. It's just like a pull-out one. And if you saw a video I did, I want to say it was probably last year already, where I organized it. You guys can check out that video if you want to see exactly what I did to buy all of these labels. And well, not, I made them myself with my Cricut Maker, but I bought all of these like wood jars and such, and it's been working out really great. So I just kind of wanted to re-tidy up that area. It wasn't anything too crazy, and then that was good to go. And then we are moving on now to the upper areas where I have just a lot of mixed utensils and such. So I wanted to basically make it a little more minimal and have things that I reach for the most on that side. And then you'll see my old junk drawer I'm going to use for like the larger utensils and knives and such that we don't use as frequently. So as you see here, I'm just totally emptying everything out because it was just honestly, the more space sometimes, the worse it is because you just have things where they don't belong. So I consolidated a lot of the items, and then I'm only keeping one of those smaller organizers for the lighters and the incense that are going to be actually where my candles are. And then this, I'm wiping it all clean so that we can now insert this expandable bamboo divider. I love using these things, you guys. It gives a total custom feel to your drawers, but without paying the expensive price tag. And these are on Amazon, so depending on the width of your actual space, you can adjust it to suit your needs. Then below here is where I keep all of my pots. I just wanted to line it because they were actually ruining the base of the actual cabinet. So I'm just spritzing it clean, and then I just added this little liner that I bought over on Amazon, and it just gives it a little more protection. I just cut it based on the measurements of my actual space, fill that in, and then on this lower level is where I keep all of our pans. The next thing I was most excited for was actually new Tupperware, you guys. I feel like these things go missing. You'd never have matching sets. So I was like, you know what? It is time to get rid of everything that we had already. So I just went ahead, donated those to my mother-in-law. And then I started off with this fresh set of all like different sizes that we needed. The larger ones for, of course, leftovers, and then smaller ones for fruits and such. But of course, before storing it away, I went ahead and filled my farmhouse sink with warm soapy water and let that soak in and gave it a good rinse, dried them before I played around with different organization things. After I emptied everything out that didn't fit in there anymore, that I wasn't going to be using, I wiped it all down. And then I also purchased these bamboo expandable dividers. These work really great as well because same thing, they'll just blend with the interior of your cabinets, so you can adjust them to any sizing that you may need, whether you want to have like smaller areas. So what I did here is that's where I was going to be placing all of the lids for all of the Tupperware, and then I added an additional divider for the remaining Tupperwares that I added in there. So we have all of it. I kept like rectangle and squares together, and then all of the circle ones together. Then after I organized all 6 of this side of the cabinets and all of these drawers, I am now going ahead, same cleaner that I used for the exterior of the others with a microfiber cloth. I'm doing the same, especially focusing on the handles because lots of, pulling on there tends to get it messy. And then right above that is where I actually have these double door cabinetry. So I want to go ahead and empty everything out on there, spritz it down from top to bottom, and get that all cleaned out before I kind of just repurpose things. I organized this when I was pregnant with Capri, and I'm pretty happy with the whole system in here. There's just a couple of little tweaks I want to change, and then of course reorganize it because things, especially in these little spinners, got a little cluttered and messy. So just reconfiguring the items. Then at the very top, I just wanted to keep like tumblers that I don't necessarily use like on a daily basis. And in the very top area, these are ones that we sparingly use. So I just ordered this organizer. I will say I feel like I should have maybe adjusted the cabinet so that I had a little more space, because all I was able to fit was actually 2 rows of tumblers, which you're supposed to, with this one, be able to fit 3 rows, which would certainly save me a lot of space. And then I'm just showing you guys here other cabinets that I have that are organized already, that have the same system in place, so I'm not too worried about. And then I am finishing off finally with cleaning off all of the exterior of these cabinets from top to bottom. And that is it. We are good to go. It was long, but it was totally worth it. I hope this motivated you guys to organize the space in your home. Give it a big thumbs up. Definitely consider hitting that subscribe button if you're new here, and I will talk to you guys all in my next one. Bye.